Hey guys, out here making some final preparations on my graph. Tomorrow is the first day of practice here at our last tournament this season. We are in Sandusky, Ohio at Lake Erie, and we can actually go all the way into St. Clair and fish, which is a super long run. So trying to make the decisions on where I'm going to spend my first day of practice. We only have 4 days to look around, and it's going to be crucial here to not waste any of your days looking around. And it's the Great Lakes. It's my first trip up here to the Great Lakes, and so I've heard all the stories about trying to strategize, dealing with the winds and all that stuff at the Great Lakes. It's such a big deal, being able to navigate around. And so honestly right now I'm trying to decide, am I going to make the long run to St. Clair and scout there tomorrow and try to build my tournament based around that, or am I going to try to stay close? So we come into this event a few spots out of making the end of the year championship, and that's our big goal for the year. So honestly, I'm just trying to strategize a way to catch enough to get through 2 days of fishing here and qualify for that championship. That'll be coming up in a couple weeks over at Sturgeon Bay. So hopefully I've done all my prep, and hopefully I'm thumbing around on my graph here. I'll find like a magic spot to clue me in. But so looking forward to get this week going and getting started and see what we can make happen. It's been an awesome year. Just getting all my gear ready for the tournament, which starts tomorrow. Had 4 days of practice here on Lake Erie. Just based on where I'm at and the points and everything, I have decided to stay here. So this is kind of a unique tournament. A lot of guys, and I mean a lot of guys, are talking about running like 80 or 90 miles away to St. Clair, which is fishing much better than what Erie is fishing. And then a lot of guys like me are kind of playing it cool, not wanting to run that far on the Great Lakes. So that's going to be like the story of this tournament, in my opinion, is can those guys get over there in the amount of time they have, catch them, and then safely get back without tearing all their stuff to pieces. So it's tougher on Erie, so practice hasn't been good for me, but I have found a spot or two that I'm counting on, and hopefully they'll come through for me. I'm ready to go see if I can make it happen. I'm thinking if I get a top 50 here at this event, I'm going to make the championship, which is going to be in about 10 days on Sturgeon Bay. And so that's what this is all about for me, is grinding out 10 bites a day. And I think if I can get 10 bites a day, I can have a really good weight. But it's very hard to get 10 bites a day. I had 1 day of practice where I got 10 bites, and the other days, not so many. So excited to get out there, see what we can do. Probably got another hour of prep to do out here in the boat, and gonna tighten up all the screws and all that stuff, have a good dinner and get some rest, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.
here comes Darold Gleason. And he's got a good tournament start here for me also. Limit today for Gleason, 16 pounds, 6 ounces, 16.6, please, Ginger. Got him right there. Tell me about it, Daryl.
Man, it was a tough day of not getting many bites, but the whole mantra this week for me and my wife, like all we've talked about is making the title. We don't want the party to stop. This year it's been a thrill for us, and for my first season out here to be in contention to maybe make the title here in a couple of weeks is just awesome, and so I'm pumped to see where that puts me and see what we can do tomorrow.
Keep him. Need him. Take good care of these things. Most of the guys have them looking like crap. Here.
He's got a pretty good day too right here for us. Limit in the bag, Roy, 11 pounds, 14 ounces, sir, 21. It's a man from Manny, Louisiana, 16 pounds, 6 ounces on day one, had him playing ball. And then it got a little tough here on day two for Gleason. He's got 3.
Yeah, it's a little brutal. I can only get 3 keepers, but they're the right ones, so I stayed around them. Felt like if I could get 2 more to bite, I'd be sitting fine, but, you know, I don't know if that's going to be enough to get championship, so I just want to say a big thanks to everyone following this year, all my friends and family and stuff, keeping up with me. A huge shout out to all my sponsors for making this dream season for my wife and myself possible for us. Foster fans, it's awesome to be out here with that support. So, looking forward to next season, so we can do them, man.
9 pounds, 1 ounce today, Daryl.
Well, we got the boat all packed up, hooked up, ready to go. Sitting outside eating a little takeout before we hit the road in the morning. The camper's all packed, and so we're hitting the road early in the morning, and we're not headed west, we're headed south, back home. Ended up 51st in points and top 50 go. So it after all the hours and days on the water this year, it happens to somebody probably every year. I got to be that guy this year, where it comes down to one fish. I catch one more fish, I'm in. So, you know, absolutely heartbreaking, brutal, especially for all my friends and family stuff that were cheering us on and wanted to follow along for another week. So, you know, it sucks, but we move on quick. You have to, and so we'll knock that ride out tomorrow, get back home, and I'll be back on Sam Rayburn over in Texas here shortly. have a Bassmaster Open coming up over there in about a month. So I'll be over there next week starting to scout around a little bit, probably do a couple guide trips maybe, and I will probably spend a couple days at the golf course. And we'll get our mind right and we'll get back ready and get ready for the next one. That's all you can do. It's humbling this year for all the support and everything out here on the FLW Tour. And it was a good time. I'm grateful for all the good things that happened this year. There was a bunch of instances where like a key fish or something would like keep me in the fight. And so without those, this wouldn't even be possible. So you got to take the good and the bad together in this sport. And, I'm humbled to just look down the list and see the guys who didn't have as good as seasons, who've been out here a long time, are seasoned anglers and great dudes. So, this game is just a game of ounces and a thin margin of success and sucking. So, this one didn't work out how we wanted to, but these fuel the fire, and we'll be back for more next year, I'm sure. And looking forward to finishing up the Bassmaster Open season, see how we can do in that. We have 3 more tournaments there, so still have lots to do this season, so we're not done. The year's not over, and ready to get back at it, actually. I'm ready to get this drive out of the way and go find some fish. I want some redemption. So, thank you, guys. Appreciate it.